Welcome back to the second episode of Best Friend to Lover. I hope you love it. Thanks, baby. I talked to Hyuk. We have cleared things up now. I could focus on my feelings towards without any obligations. It's been 2 weeks since I could talk to Jungkook. I have tried to talk to him, but whenever I called or messaged him, he never replied, nor he called back. I tried to visit him in his room, but he never opened the door, even after I knocked hundreds times. But then I asked Taehyung, and he told me Jungkook took sick leave for God knows how long. I was so worried thinking about what could have possibly happened to him. I had so many things to tell him, so many untold things, but it felt like he was avoiding me. But why? It seems it's been a week. Jungkook was avoiding me, and I got to know from Namjoon that he is back at his room. That means he is been in touch with them, but not me. But why? It hurts even to think that he was distancing himself from me. But what did I do? I decided after finishing my classes I will go to him and talk it out. I couldn't take his ignorance anymore. Why, it's only me he is not talking to. Didn't he said he would always be my side, and I would too? Didn't he said he would always support me? Then why he is avoiding me when I am in such a situation? If I did something wrong, he should talk to me, right? Or did he think it's not worth his time to even talk it out? All this was going on my mind while the lecture was blubbering. I couldn't focus. I need answers, and I will get them without today by hook or crook. He was determined. So after his lecture finished his nonsense, or so he thought, Taehyung dashed out of the classes and collected his belongings straight to Jungkook's. He needed answers, and he needed it today. He reached the building and rode the elevator to the floor where his Hyung's room was. He was about to knock when he noticed the door was already unlocked. Just as he put his one foot to go into the room, he heard someone inside the room talking to someone on the phone. I know, and I am really sorry, baby, that I had to come to my uni early. I will try to spend more time next time, okay? Okay, I promise I will take you to mall and watch movie together. Happy now? Good girl. Now I will hang up, okay? I have to unpack the things. Yes, I wouldn't, and I love you too, baby. And he hung up the call. Taehyung stood at the door like a statue for God knows how long. He felt like the whole world was falling apart. He never thought he would be experiencing the same thing over and over again. Something like this did happen when he heard the intimate conversation of Hyuk and Main. He liked Hyuk, but unknowingly Hyuk broke his heart, and now when he was totally sure that he loved his Jungkook, the same thing happened again. It was like he was repeating those nights again, but this time it pains him more. He didn't have the urge to stop those tears that was falling from his eyes. He was tired to worry about the one person whom he thought was the one for himself, tried to hold back every time, tried to be strong every time, tired to be abandoned, tired to feel like he meant nothing to anyone, tired to feel the heart heartbreak caused by the only person he loves. Tae silently cried at the door, and when he barely gathered a bit of his sense, Tae did what he thought would be best for his broken heart, so he would keep it a bit less broken. He ran with all his mighty, ran from the only person they thought would return his feelings, but his bad luck was always with him. They didn't have the courage to confront the person, so he ran away from those hurtful words that he would hear if he confronted his Jungkook his. Could he even call him his now? They ran to the park opposite to their front gate and sat on the bench. The park was almost empty as it was already evening, and so he cried his soul, and he's tired to lessen the pain in his heart. He shouldn't have hoped. Hope was the main culprit. He shouldn't have when he knew he was not as lucky as everyone else in the matter of love. He should have told his heart that he shouldn't feel all those feelings, warmth that he felt when he was with Jungkook. He should have known better. He should have at least let then he wouldn't have to feel like this over and over again, like someone has ripped his heart out, as if nature could also feel his pain. It started to rain heavily. He cried until he passed out on the stormy night, sitting on the bench alone. Jungkook's POV week ago. I was walking into my family house. My sister-in-law was on the living room. Nona saw me and came towards me, seeing me. The wide ride from uni to home, I just cried, and that for sure made my eyes and face red and swollen. Nona was literally my best friend. She always took care of me as a mother ever since she and my brother married 5 years ago. What happened, sweetheart? Why are your eyes are swollen? Why did you cry? Did something happen to your uni? As usual, she started to bombard me with her endless questions. I know she was worried, but I couldn't utter a word for some moments, so I just hugged her and said, I'm tired, Nona. I will go to my room and sleep. I will talk to you tomorrow, and please don't tell anyone about this. I don't want to trouble anyone, please. I pleaded to her, and she nodded. I know. She understood. So without any delay, I went to my room and took a shower and went to my bed. My appetite had died already. Next day, I stayed in my bed thinking about everything I spent with him. What did I do wrong that they didn't even notice my efforts? I got up, freshened up, but stayed in my room. At almost evening when I heard a knock on my bedroom door. As the door opened, I saw Nona. She came towards the bed and sat on the edge. Are you feeling better now? After locking yourself up in your room for the whole day? She asked while patting my head. I just smiled at her. After she asked what happened again, I told her everything. From now I saw Taehyung From how I saw Taehyung with Minho's school under the tree to how I saw him with Hyuk the previous night in the bar. Sweetheart, if he isn't in your fate, you couldn't do anything forcefully, but if he is in your fate, no matter what obstacle came, you both will be together when the time is right. You understand? She asked gently. I nodded. She smiled and patted my head again. So I let the fate decided. But you should also talk to him and clear everything. Don't assume anything. You don't know anything yet, so communication is the key. Thanks, Nona. I don't know what I will do without you. I know, right? Your life would be miserable without me and my handmade sushi. She teased with a wink and I glanced. She was right, though. I love her handmade food. Just like that, the whole week passed. I took a sick leave to get myself together before I faced Taehyung again. I needed to be strong. I couldn't let him see me crying. If he doesn't return my feelings, I would affect our relationship, and I don't want that. This one whole week I spent with my family, and Anna couldn't be more happy. She was even sleeping with me every night because she missed me. Why wouldn't she miss me? I am the only one in the house who spoiled her with sweets. After 1 week, I returned to my room. I was tired after the 3 hours ride from house to uni, so I didn't unpack and just slept. It was almost 4 p.m. when I woke up. I freshened up and started to unpack. After a few minutes, I heard my phone ring. Nona calling. I picked it up and it was my princess Anna. Cookie, why did you leave when I was at my school? You know I missed you. Why couldn't you stay more? I know I am really sorry, baby, and that I had to come to my uni early. I will try to spend more time next time, okay? Nona, no, you told me the same thing, but you came after so long. So I'm sad. She he could hear her sniffling. Okay, promise I will take you to a mall and watch movie together. Happy now, okay? And I want more candies, okay? Good girl. Now I will hang up, okay? I have to unpack the things. Don't forget to promise. And I will be mad at you, Cookie. I love you. Yes, I wouldn't. And I love you too, baby. And then I hung up the call. Such a cutie. Give her candies and she will forget everything. Suddenly I heard a bang. I turned to see that my room was open wide. Remember I said it. How did it open? Ignore it. When I finished unpacking, it was already evening. Mom has sent me so many dry fruits and all, but I still needed to buy my dinner. I took my phone and wallet. I was about to leave my room when I heard the thunder. It's raining. I took an umbrella and left my room. It would be great if I could have dinner with Taehyung, especially in this weather. But I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't attend his call or message this week. I just informed Namjoon when I took a week off, and I knew it was rude for me, but I couldn't help it. I thought of going to the nearest food stall from out our uni. As I crossed the park where me and Taehyung would walk whenever we had dinner together, I saw someone lying on the bench. Why would someone be lying on the bench in the rain? Is he insane or doesn't have somewhere to go or what? The road was quite empty as it was raining. As I approached the bench, my heart stopped when I recognized the person. It's Taehyung. Why is he sleeping here in the rain? I shook him to wake him up. Taehyung, wake up. Why are you lying here? It's raining so hard. You will get sick. Tae, get up. But he is not getting up. I don't know what I should do. I just shut my umbrella and picked him up and took him to my room. He is totally drenched. I set him on the couch and took a bowl of water and towel to wipe him up. I I know it's not a good idea, but I don't have choice. He's not waking up. I took off his shirt and wiped his upper body. My heart was throbbing in my chest, so I closed my eyes and took off his jeans and I'll wipe him off and rainwater and dressed him with one of my hoodie and shorts. Thank God, I'm glad I didn't have a heart attack. I laid him down on the bed and covered him with the blanket. He's shivering, and I'm sure he will get a fever later at night or tomorrow. What the heck was he doing in the rain? As I forgot to buy my dinner, in panic I went out again and brought my dinner and some rice for Taehyung. I will heat it up if he wake up in middle of night. I went to my room and changed because I was almost drenched from the rain and had my dinner and went to couch to sleep. I guess it's better. I don't want to make him uncomfortable because of me. I placed a glass of water in the night stand for Taehyung if he get thirsty in the middle of night. Next morning I woke up first and Taehyung was still sleeping like he didn't sleep for a week. Sleephead. I went to bathroom and freshen up and heat up the raise before Taehyung wake up, please. You have fever and you have to eat and take meds. Wake up, sleepyhead. I kneeled down at side of bed and shook him gently and he opened his eyes, looked at me, and it was like time stopped. The sun rays were falling on his face from the window and it was like his eyes sparkled with his face was gloom laced with red tint shade. I was love his dory eyes and now I fell in love with his eyes even more. We were just staring at each other. My hand was on his hair. I tried to get myself together. It's not the time for staring contest. I placed my hand on his forehead to check his temperature and his shiver at my hand were cold compared to his skin as he had a fever. Then I slid the back of his on his throat and I could literally feel his goosebumps. He was still staring at me. I opened my mouth to tell him to get up, but he cut me off. Where have you been? Huh? I was so lost in his eyes that I couldn't hear what he just said. Where have you been this whole week? You didn't even call me or even message me. Didn't even reply my calls or messages. Why? His voice cracked a bit at the end, which confused me. Why would Taehyung be upset if I didn't call? Wasn't he with Hyuk now? I took a deep breath to reply. I was at my home. I was a bit sick, so why didn't you pick your phones? I was sick, Taehyung. Oh, so you were sick to even attend my calls. But you could call Nam Jun-hyung to inform him that you were coming back yesterday. Is it that? Hurt was clear in Taehyung's voice. I don't understand why he would hurt. He should be happy that he could spend more time with you without any abstraction. I just clear my throat and repeat my hand to stand up. Retry my hand to stand up. He sat up, still staring at me for waiting for my answer. It's already late. Come on, let's eat and breakfast so you could take your meds. Taehyung just glared at me and took a deep breath and looked away. I waited for him to get down, but he just sat there looking outside the balcony window. You don't have to be worried for me. I'm all good. Thanks for taking care of me yesterday. I will see myself out of your room. They said instead, looking at me dead in his eyes. Then look away and try to stand by stumble right after he stood up from bed. I was quick on my feet to go to him, but he stopped me with his hand. I'm fine. I don't need your help, he said with a tight smile. It was my first time seeing him smiling like that, like he was forcing himself to smile. I sighed. Taehyung was sick. Taehyung, you are sick. Stop being stubborn and eat the food and take your meds. Then rest. You can go to your room after you are completely fine, I said sternly. Why now, huh? You didn't care for me the whole past week, so why now? You did care if I was eating or not, if I was sleeping or not, then why now? He screamed the last part as he clenched the collar of my shirt in his fist. His eyes were filled with unshed tears. I don't need your sympathy, Taehyung whispered as he loosened the grip on my shirt and stormed out of room. What the heck just happened? Why is he this much upset because of my avoidance? He kissed. You cried, so he should be back with him. Then why he is upset because of me? This is the thoughts that were running in my mind as I sat on the edge of the bed and ran my hand through my hair in frustration. Jungkook's POV. No, I shouldn't just let this go. I need to talk to him. I stood up and ran outside behind him. He was nowhere outside. Thanks, baby. I struggled to get the keys from my pocket and open the door. My body feels like I'm floating. After I unlocked the door, I leaned my head on the door to breathe. My whole body ached as I was gaining some energy. I was suddenly lifted up by someone, and it made me more dizzy that I had to hold the person's shoulder tightly so I wouldn't fall. And then everything black out. I didn't know how much time had passed, but now I could feel that my head is not itching anymore. I laid there and tried to remember what has actually happened, and when I gained my memories, I opened my eyes and looked around the room. This is my room for sure, but there was a person who lifted me up right before I passed out. As I roamed my eyes around the room, there I saw on couch right opposite of my bed lying the person. It's Jungkook. I tried to check my temperature, but it seems fine now, and I didn't feel sticky, which means he did wash me off. My eyes widened at the thought. Holy cow, he was off the sweat. That means he took off my clothes. That means also he saw without any clothes. Oh God. I was in middle of mental breakdown when I felt someone soft on my forehead. As I opened my eyes, I saw Jungkook leaning over and was checking my temperature, and then he saw me and I just stared at his ocean and dark brown like drawing in me. Them. Oh, you are with me? How are you feeling? The temperature has gone down as of now. And I was pulled back from my world of imagination. I am fine. What are you doing here? By the way, I ask because I really don't know. I follow you after you walk out from my room, and then when I saw you, you were almost passed out in the hall. So I took you to your room and help you to lower your temperature, he explained me slowly. But I still remember how he avoided me whole week, and I don't want to demand any answer when he doesn't want to give me any. I should just keep my distance so I will be able to survive without heartbreak. I'm sorry for your inconvenience, and I'm also sorry and thanks for you had to take care of me the whole time. If not for you, you could have just rest in your room as you were sick and the previous week. I'm fine for now. You can go to your room and rest, Hyung. I said, and I tried to smile while trying to get up. Taehyung, why are you being like this? You should be happy, right? Especially after what happened at the bar. He mumbled the last part as he was also sit up at the edge of the bed. Who? What do you mean? Especially after the what happened at the bar? He tried to avoid looking into my eyes as I asked, You know, with you and all, he answered shortly. Yeah, I am. I was happy after clearing everything out, but then you went on avoiding me the whole week, even if I don't know why, and everything goes down the heck. I said, pouting, shouldn't you be the happy with you instead of being upset with me? He asked again, his face showing the emotions that I don't know of. Why should I be happy with you? I just clear everything, every misunderstanding he had. That, that is exactly why he snapped. I don't understand what are you trying to say, Hyung? And why are you the one who is angry at me? Shouldn't I be the one angry? Now I'm angry at him. How dare he snap at me when he is the one avoiding me? You met him at the bar, right? I nodded and then talked everything out. I nodded again. And then you both make up and decided to go be together, right? I look at him stunned. Huh? Why are you looking like that? Say something and didn't even deny it. I saw you both almost kissing each other, he accused, with his finger pointing at me. And I was even more shocked. What? What do you mean kissing each other? He gave me a look of disbelief. We were just talking about the things we had to say to me, and I stopped mid-sentence as I remember what has happened. Why Jungkook said he saw us kissing each other and covered my mouth with my own hand. Why? What happened? Jungkook asked, nothing, looking concerned. Did you actually saw us kissing him? I asked sadly. He could How could he just believe anything without knowing or seeing the whole truth? He thought for a moment, then shook his head and no. Then how could you say we kissed each other? My eyes sting with tears as I look at him and he sat there knowing, looking at me blankly. He didn't even talk to me before he assumed anything. Did he not trust me enough? Or what? Why didn't you talk to me after that? Do you not trust me enough, Young? I asked as tears rolled down my cheeks and I tried to swallow my sobs, and in an instant he was by my side, cupping my face, cheeks and wiping the tears, and hugged me tightly. Am I not worthy of your trust now, Young, that you went to avoiding me because you assumed that I kissed Hyuk and didn't even talk to me? I asked as I shoved in his chest and was punching him with my fist on his back. Shh, Tete. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I just saw you both almost kiss and I was so hurt that I just thought of avoiding you. I'm sorry. He tried to explain. I pulled out from his chest and looked up at him in his tears too. Do you know how much hurt I was? I thought I did something wrong, that you weren't trying to talking to me or even reading my messages. I couldn't even sleep well whole week. He was also in tears. He pulled me closer and hugged me tightly again. The shower me with sorries with sweet nothing. After we calmed down, he asked me to tell him what had happened that day, and so I did flashback that the night Jungkook and were all going to the pub. Taehyung decided to join them, but because he had some business to do, he met with Hyuk in the bar too. But he didn't know that Jungkook and the whole group were in the same bar. Still, it's not like he has something to hide. When he entered the bar, Hyuk was already there, dressed up like he was going to propose someone. Taehyung just shrugged it off. As he reached the chair, Hyuk stood up and offered his hand to which Taehyung stared at him weirdly. Was he doing? That was his thought. Hyuk, you don't need to do all this, he said awkwardly. Okay, have a seat, Hyuk replied as he retreated his hand. Hyuk, I called you here because I wanted to talk to you about. Taehyung was cut off by Hyuk. I know that you is why I'm all prepared. I just knew that you have feelings for me. I talked with Min and she said that on that Valentine's Day party she saw you leaving from that room and she saw you crying and she guessed that you have feeling for me, but I really want to know it from you. Taehyung, please tell me you have feelings for me and I would love to return those feelings, Hyuk said as he held Taehyung's palm with his both hands and started to lean in towards him, aiming to kiss him. Taehyung was shocked. He was just staring at Hyuk with wide eyes, tight lips. He didn't know how he will process all the things. This Hyuk knew all his feelings. Still, he was flirting with every girl that approached him. How could he? He harshly pulled his hand out of Hugh's grip and pushed him back a bit hard. He was angry. The audacity to think I will accept you after what you had put me through, huh? You knew I like you and you still went around and flirted with every girl on the campus. And now you are saying you will return my feelings? How could you be so insensitive, huh? Taehyung was foaming. He almost charged at Hyuk, but the surrounding stopped him. He didn't want to create a scene. I know what I did was wrong and I'm sorry for that, but I promise I will never do that again. I'm sorry, Hyuk, but I can't trust you anymore. You have broken my trust not once but twice, so I can't. And about feelings, I don't have any feelings for you anymore. I see you as my college mate, nothing more, nothing less. And stop calling me yours because I'm not a property and I'm certainly not yours. Wow, you are saying the same thing that Jungkook guy said to me. So, what are you guys now? Junior and mentor? Boyfriends or something? He would come to your bed at night and leave after business is done, huh? Hyuk said he changed his colors. This cake, you know what they called? It's for. And before he could complete his sentence, he made with a sharp hard slap. Taehyung lost it. He was trying hard not to lash out the things Hyuk said, were too much to bear. I never thought you would be this slow, Hyuk. I never thought I would make a mistake to recognizing people. I thought I know you, but you proved me wrong again. I thought we were at least friends, but I guess something meant to be broken. I'm breaking this friendship with you, Hyuk. I don't want a friend who think of me this low and talk behind me. Taehyung said disappointedly. Hyuk was his best friend with whom he shared everything, and now that best friend was talking ill about him. He stood up and turned to leave, but two steps and he turned back. And one more thing, even if I and Jungkook are that thing that you were talking about, still, it's none of your freaking business, so stay away from us, he said with a stern voice and left the bar, leaving Hugh dumbfounded. End of the flashback. As I finished, we were lying on the bed in each other's embrace, with my head on his chest and him rubbing my back soothing and his right hand rubbing and clenches on my left hand and that was on his chest. I'm sorry, Taehyung. I shouldn't have assumed that you white and avoid you for a whole week. I'm so sorry, he said, breaking the silence and brushed his face in my head. Now it's my turn to rub his back and calm him. The way he was breathing, I knew he's on the verge of crying. Shh, Jungkook, now you know the truth, so stop saying sorry. I forgive you. Just don't assume anything from now on. Talk to me instant, okay? I asked as I kept his face so he could look at me. I caressed his face as he leaned his forehead on mine and closed his eyes. I promised Tete that from now on we will talk to clear any misunderstanding so we could avoid the fights, he said as he also cupped my cheeks with his right hand, opened his eyes. His eyes were red because of suppressing the tears, and just like that we stared at each other. He leaned a bit on my nose. Our nose touched. I looked at our nose and then back in his eyes as he said, "Can I kiss you, Tete?" He was waiting for my answer, but it seems like my voice left my body. I placed my hand on his neck and from his face and pulled him to press our lips. I was waiting for this moment from so long. Others POV, the hurt they both felt was replaced by a soothing feeling of their soft lips molding together, craving each other's names on their souls. Their breath mingled together as they kissed each other softly with all the feelings they had for each other. After a while they parted. A string of sour could be even between their swollen lips, and Taehyung flushed a darkened shade of red as he saw that. As they stared at the staring, a gentle hand cupped his cheeks and a soft thumb wiped his lips gently. They couldn't help but close his eyes and part his lips. Jungkook, however, didn't have any intention other than the kiss. Even after seeing the anticipation on Younger's face, he controlled himself. They need to talk before anything. He wanted to take it slow and to quote the other. He didn't want to rush anything. They have all time in the world. He wanted to cherish their moment. As he wiped the younger's lips, he couldn't help but to look at those saffron lips, the lips that haunted him in dreams. He wouldn't ever get tired of kissing those pulpy lips. As the younger opened his eyes, they stared at each other with a soft crave tugging on their lips. Now, can I ask you, what were you doing in the rain? Jungkook asked as he caressed the younger's cheeks. The question brought Taehyung back to the reality. He sighed and told what he heard when he was about to enter Jungkook's dorm room, and after the narration ended, he was pouting sadly at Jungkook. Oh baby, I'm sorry, it's not like what you think. I was talking to Anna, Jungkook's niece. She was sulking that I came to uni when she was at school and she couldn't see me off, so I was just trying to get her to stop sulking. Nothing else, really, Jungkook exclaimed, and he cupped Taehyung's cheeks and caressed them lovingly. And Taehyung blushed for the nothing time that day, for the sudden endearments and the loving feather-like caresses. He loved how gentle Jungkook always caressed his chest, like he is a fragile, delicate flower that would be bruised if he touched it a bit rough. Always so soft and gentle with him, and that's the thing he loved most all about this man, and it's also the same thing that made him fall for his mentor Hyung more. So now can we are clear? Jungkook asked. He replied as he nodded quickly and earned with a soft pinch on his cheek from Jungkook. So, care to share with me why you were upset when I wasn't talking to you? Jungkook asked. He wanted to hear it from the younger. Huh? What do you mean? You are my friend, my Hyung. Why wouldn't I be upset? Taehyung cluelessly asked in return. Do you get this upset when your other friends don't talk to you? Jungkook teased back. Taehyung thought a bit before answering. What did Taehyung answer, and how will be the end of the story? You will get to know in the last episode of this story, which will be released day after tomorrow. So I hope you will love it. And what do you feel about the story? Don't forget to tell me in the comment section. See you again with another Taekook story. If you have any suggestion or request about any theme of Taekook story, comment it down. I will try to write on it. Okay, so be happy and healthy. Bye bye.